Did you miss me? Did you miss me? You missed me, didn't you? You missed me. I know you did. Hi my darlings, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming back, and I'm so sorry for not having posted for 2 weeks. So by the time this video comes out, I think it would have been 2 weeks. And I know that you think that it's because I've given up on you, I've given up on us, I've given up on our relationship. I haven't, okay? I haven't given up on anything. It's just for a short while I had given up on myself, and I was feeling really lost. I was feeling really under the weather. I was feeling really bluey, under the winter blues. I think I'm funny, I'm not. Anyway, so I don't know what was going on with me. I think it's in every single aspect of my life. I didn't have a passion. Winter always does this to me. The December months always do this to me, because especially like normally people say that from like the 24th of December up until the 1st of January, you don't really know what you're doing with your life. For me, it literally starts on the 1st of December and goes way on into January. I just don't know what I'm doing, where I'm going with my life. I have no idea. Sorry, I just moved around a little because I saw a little lump like on my duvet over there, and I couldn't handle it, and I was like, why is there a lump in my duvet? I need to sort that lump out. So I just left the video. Oops. Okay, anyway, where was I? So I was getting really demotivated. I was getting really sad. I didn't know what I'm doing anymore. Just generally, you know, all the low feelings that you have, I was feeling every single one of them. It was not a great time for me. It wasn't a great time for my productivity. It wasn't a great time to create videos, because I had some really amazing video ideas. I wanted to create videos on how to tackle the new year, how to be productive, how to be amazing. I think my tummy just grumbled. How to, you know, defeat the year. But how can I really do that? Like, how can I create a video telling you how to defeat the year when I'm not even able to defeat the day myself? So I told myself that until I'm not ready, until I don't feel better, I'm not going to film a video, and I'm not going to write new content, essentially. Sorry guys, it's been so long that I just keep moving. I'm just seeing things that aren't right, like with my setup and stuff, and then I'm just like, I need to fix this, I need to fix this. There's not much I can do about the bedsheet right now. Should I put like a blanket on it? Like, what do you think? I don't know. Stop looking over there, look over there. Sorry guys. Anyway, so I thought that it would only go on for a couple of days and I'd feel better instantly. Unfortunately, it went on for 4 weeks. And in those 4 weeks, I felt all sorts of horrible emotions. I was low, I was sad, I was demotivated, as I said. I wasn't very productive. I spent most of my days sleeping, waking up late, sleeping late, eating horrible food. When I say horrible, I mean, you know, comfort food essentially, which is not what I've been trying to eat for the last couple of months. So it wasn't a great time. It wasn't a time that I'm proud of, but it is definitely a time that I needed. I needed to kind of outlet and just feel better about everything, and just, I don't know, I think it's difficult. It's difficult when you define your self-worth by being so productive all the time. It's very difficult to be okay with not doing anything. It's very hard to say to yourself, okay, I'm not writing, I'm not producing anything, I'm not creating, but I'm okay with that, you know? I'm okay with that because I don't need to be giving all the time in order to be a worthy person. Now, if for most of your life you have been defined by being a giving person, by being someone who has to constantly produce, has to constantly create, has to constantly contribute to people's lives, suddenly not creating becomes very hard. And not feeling bad about it becomes very difficult too. I keep looking there and I'm really sorry.
Stop it. Get some help.
I like to see like how I'm looking. I'm just like, okay, let me just sort myself out. Okay, fine, cool. Yeah. So it's been hard. I'm not going to say that these last 4 weeks have been an adventure. They've been very difficult. They've been very emotionally draining. I feel like I've lost the passion in so many aspects of my life that it's going to take me some time to get that passion back again. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's okay to lose your track, lose where you're going in your life for a while. It's okay to basically feel a little lost every now and then. I don't think it's something that you should worry too much about, but when you are used to constantly being up and ready and constantly being on your toes and doing as much as you can, it does get difficult to be unproductive. It does get difficult to not do anything. It does get difficult to basically sit around in your pajamas all day and watch Christmas movies, which is what I was doing for 3 weeks of December. So I guess what I wanted to do today is to just give you a little bit of an update on how life is going for me, how I'm feeling now that I'm kind of out of that place. So I don't know if a lot of you know this, but I do work part-time, okay? So as a creative person, you do have to work a lot, unfortunately, on the side to pay the bills, to save up, and to just keep yourself stable, because unless you make it, unless you are like this, you know, renowned author who sold thousands and thousands of copies and millions of copies, it is still difficult. It's still hard. It's still a journey that you have to take. It's still a battle. So I'm still as a part of that journey. I'm a part of that battle. I'm trying my best to make it, but I still have to be part of the herd and you know, work alongside. So I am doing that. And the thing with work was that for the last couple of weeks, I wasn't at work, and creativity is a very, very lonely job sometimes. So like over here, I'm creating videos and stuff, and no one's with me, you know? I'm not at that point where I can sit down and create videos with people. Unfortunately, none of my friends want to be in my videos, and neither does my family, because they're embarrassed of me, I guess. Well, I asked my brother and he was like, no. So yeah, and since it's lockdown, I can't really ask anyone else. But yeah, so it gets very lonely. So my job helps me in meeting people. It helps me communicate with people. It helps me talk to people, which is excellent. So yeah, working helps me take a break from writing. It helps me take a break from creating and being alone, and I get to speak to people, I get to see people, I get to interact, which I think is great. It really, really helps me. But because I didn't have that for a couple of weeks, I was off from work, I was on annual leave, I wasn't able to go to a cafe, which also gives me that interaction. It also gives me the ability to see people and speak to people. I didn't have that. So I was basically cooped up at home with my family. As great as they are, as much as I love them, sometimes they can just get a bit too much and a bit too annoying. And I love, like, I've got a little 5-year-old brother, and as much as I love him and I think he's great, he always wants to play. And I play with him all the time, but when you spend every single day, playing Tekken and Street Fighter and colouring books and doing homework and doing ABC and basically every single thing the little kids do, snakes and ladders, Ludo, whatever, you kind of lose yourself. You kind of think, what am I doing? I am playing games every single day, and then I'm not even gonna lie, some days it was even hard to get out of my room and go and shower. I literally had to pull myself by the collar, like, let's go to the shower. And I was like, no, I don't wanna go. And I was like, let's go. And you know, it was hard basically to even go into the shower. It was difficult. I'm not gonna downplay it. It was hard. Getting out of bed in the morning was hard. Some days I used to get out of bed at 1 o'clock. And I'm not talking, you know, last year and 6 months ago. I'm literally talking like last week, okay? So yeah, so all of these things really contributed to making this whole experience very difficult for me. I looked outside and it was dark and gloomy. We had a lockdown in November, and in that lockdown in November, I was very active. One of the reasons why was because the lockdown itself, it was a tier 3, which is a very complicated way of saying, like, most things were closed, but the gyms were open. So I was still able to go to the gym. I was still able to go for a walk, and my little brother was still at school, so he wasn't home. Now, as much as I really, really appreciate us going into lockdown, because it's a way of safeguarding lots of people and helping the NHS, obviously the moment that everything closed and kids were home, it just became a bit too much. Knowing that it was Christmas as well, knowing that I can't do anything, knowing that I can't go anywhere, knowing that all I have is food and Christmas movies, and as joyous as that was, like, for the first week I really enjoyed myself. So I would, you know, at like 7 o'clock, I'd get into my pajamas. Well, I was already in my pajamas, but I was in my day pajamas. So I'd get into my night pajamas and I'd put on a Christmas movie, get some food and chill. Fun, great for the first week. Great great for the first week and a half, okay? But when it hit 2 weeks, I was like, okay, Ruby, you haven't done anything today. Or like, what are you doing? And then I was like, it's fine, it's Christmas. And then once Christmas was over, I was like, okay, you really gotta like step up now because you still haven't done anything. And I was like, it's fine, you don't worry about it, like the world's there. Like, I just kept making excuses for myself. I kept saying that I'll get to it eventually. And I think one reason why was because of a lack of routine. And as much as we say that these like routines are socially implemented ways of just making you productive and manufacturing robots out of people, a routine is so important, a self-made routine. So if I've created a routine for myself and I know what time to get up, I know what time to have breakfast, I know what time to go on a walk, I know what time I'm going to dedicate on my creativity, it just helps me so much more in getting the most out of my day and also allowing me to enjoy the time when I'm not doing anything, because I've done X, Y, and Z. I've done, you know, whatever it was that I needed to do, basically. I know essentially I'm just going on a rant now, trying to explain why I haven't filmed a video, but these past 4 weeks have allowed me to understand that as much as I really enjoyed not doing anything, like in the first lockdown, it really was an incredible way of me, you know, kind of coming to one with myself, fighting my monsters, fighting my demons, getting to know my family more, spending more time with my little brother, doing all those things that we take for granted every day and we don't do, essentially. Managed to do all those things in the first lockdown. Even in the second lockdown, so the first lockdown, and I was like, it's fine, you know, I don't need to be working all the time, I don't need to be producing something all the time. I enjoyed that. But for me, like as a functioning adult, it's so important to have a balance. I don't think that I would be happy in a life where I'm not doing anything at all and still telling myself it's okay, because that's not how I function. That's not, like, we as humans are made to create, we're made to do things. Like, you know, we've got hands, we've got feet, we are, you know, moving beings. We need to constantly move, we need to constantly contribute in some way. Like every single one of us has been created to contribute to the universe in a way. So as much as I really, like, it was a difficult time, the first lockdown, but I really enjoyed slowing down and detangling the idea of self-worth with productivity. And essentially I just understood that I have self-worth regardless of how productive I am. In the second lockdown, which was in November, I realized that I do need to produce. Like, when I say produce, just do something that makes me happy. I do need to move. I do need to be, you know, in motion in some way in order to be happy with myself, in order to be content. And that is when I realized that this lockdown was so hard for me because I didn't have the energy to, I didn't have the drive to even get out of bed, let alone do anything else. And while I'm, you know, I'm okay with not getting out of bed 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, it gets to a point where I'm just like, is something wrong with me? Like, am I depressed? Am I upset? Like, what is going on? And I finally, thank God, got out of it, and my routine's slowly going back to normal, and I'm, you know, going back to creating and doing whatever it is that makes me happy. But initially it was hard, and I guess I just wanted to create this video to say that it's okay. Like, I get that it's hard at the moment. I understand that it's hard for so many of us to even get out of bed, to even brush our teeth, to even shower, i.e. me. But you need to push yourself. Like, you really, really do. I think even just pushing yourself to go out and take a walk is so important, because it becomes a cycle. You get so used to it. You get so used to being at home all the time. You get so used to not changing out of your clothes. You get so used to not taking care of yourself. You get so used to not washing your hair, not having a shower, not eating good food, not being asked to cook good food, to such a point that it becomes a part of your routine, and you're no longer able to understand whether it's a phase or whether you've just become this person. And I think that's what was happening with me. I think I just became this person, and it's taken me a long time to go back to normal, whatever that is. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to get on here and tell you all I'm okay. I am fine now. I'm feeling better. I am ready to make some more YouTube videos. I'm ready to tackle the year. I'm ready to do what I need to do. But yes, it doesn't mean that I'm always going to be tip-top. It doesn't mean that I'm always going to be slow either. It's going to be constantly fluctuating, because we are human. We do, you know, we have good days and bad days. And I'm probably going to, you know, be PMSing very soon as well. So that's going to contribute to my laziness. Just saying. But yeah, so that's me. I'm okay now. The ending of last year was very difficult. The whole of December was very hard. The first week of January was no less. But I'm getting back on top of things, and I'm so excited for this new year and what it holds. I've got some really exciting things planned actually, and I'm so excited to share them with you all. I'll be posting my next week's newsletter very soon, so I'll be typing that up today, and I will be posting it on Monday. So if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, please do, because in the whole of January I'm giving away free gifts every single week in my newsletters. So if you've missed the last two, just shoot me a message and I will send them your way. But thank you so much for just always loving me, always supporting me, always checking up on me, and yeah, for believing in my dreams, because it's because of you that I'm able to do what I do. So I wish you all a very happy new year, and I hope that you feel better, you feel good, you're happy. If you're not, shoot me a message, we'll talk. Life isn't easy, but it's what we make of it, and that's what counts the most. So yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video, and if you liked it, if you got anything out of it, if you just, you know, if you are just what? If you are, I don't know the word. What's the word? If you just wanted a good story, there you go. You have it. I'll see you all next week. Have a lovely week. Say it, take care. Take care. Take care. Okay. Bye. Oh my goodness, are you serious?